of you that were not on the picnic that we had on the 5th of May, fair enough. I will, because of you, I will start. Is that okay? Brother okay, I can see. So okay, as Sister Onye, you're welcome as well. Brother Tomba, please just help me watch out for people coming in. I can see that my people are trying to come in as well, whether they have any issues or so, I wouldn't know. But help me just keep a eye on the chat and on that. If you can do that for me, that would be great. Right. Sister Sandra, thank you, Bankole. I can see you here. What we're just going to do, I'm just going to run through what we've got to look at this evening. And if you've got questions, the good thing is that this evening, you have opportunity to ask questions as well. After I finish talking you through all my slide, we have question and answer session that you can ask questions as well. Is that okay, everybody? For those of us that are on the baby and moms group, some of you have asked, you have requested that I record this event because they will not be joining, just one or two of you or thereabout, but I will record it so that we can share it later in the group, and you can even send it to any new mom or new dad that you feel might benefit from it. Is that okay? Can you all hear me? Everybody, somebody saying they can't hear me. Sister Sandra, you say you can't hear me. Can you all hear me? Just unmute yourself and tell me you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Anybody, can you hear me? Those of you see me, Sister
Yes, ma. I can hear you, ma.
All right. So, Sister Sandra, you can log out. Log out.
Tell her to unmute you if she has muted the mic. It's possible she mutes the mic.
Yeah, she said she can't hear anything, so she will need to log out and log in. Log out and log in. Thank you, Sister Bola. There, it's because she can't hear me. But if she's speaking and I can't hear, that's another thing. You can log out and log in. Anyway, you all know I'm a trainer by profession. I'm used to all these techie issues that comes along with it. Sister Adewumi Oyeyemi, you are welcome. I can see you. We will just go through, and the other thing I need to give you a bit of a heads up quickly on is that this particular team I'm using, team meeting, this is my first time of using it, so it's not something, it's not a platform that I'm used to. So just bear with me, but fingers crossed I'll get. We are on Teams. Yeah, we're on Teams. So please, somebody can be helping me on the babies and moms support WhatsApp group that we are in. People are asking, are we on Teams or things like that? Somebody can be helping me to respond to that. Sister Miriam, Sister Bola Oseni, you can help to do that, and please help me direct them to Teams. So because I can't be doing, I've got 3 screens in front of me now, so I don't want to be moving all about and not concentrating on what I needed to do. Sister Lucia, you're welcome. So you're all welcome, and so let's just pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the opportunity to come to learn at your feet as a new mom, as a new dad. Lord, we ask that, Lord, you will hold us by your hand because you are the parent that has been of old. You know all about parenting. And we are asking that you open our eyes that we might learn from your feet today. Lord, we come with an empty cup to be filled by the Holy Ghost. We ask that you teach us, especially parenting in the UK. Grace, oh God, to show us the way how to receive in Jesus' name. And grace to do it with wisdom of heaven, we receive in Jesus' wonderful name. We are prayed. Amen. Yeah, so you're all welcome, like I said, and I know that you'll be blessed in these few hours that we've got to look into what I've got for you guys on my slide. And in the light of that, I will just move my slide a bit forward. I've got 2 screens, so I'm not ignoring you. Don't worry. So the first thing I want to talk about is the topic itself, parenting with God in view. Parenting can be done anyhow It's up to you. And but I want you to realize that parenting without God in it, we have a lot of problems along the way. Now, parenting even with God with you has got its challenges. And that's why you need God to be with you to help you journey through it in peace. And that's why we title this topic, Parenting with God in View, parenting with purpose. And that's what we are talking about, the challenges of parenting in the 21st century, how it relates to us. Some of us have just migrated here, and the challenges that comes with it, we'll be talking about it as well. Now, I will just move my slide forward. The Bible may hurt you with the truth, but it will never comfort you with a lie. Now, there is a way parenting is done in the UK now and in the world that is totally different from the way the Bible prescribes it. Now, the Bible will always be our standard as a believer, as a child of God. If you are not a believer, I'm going to encourage you to give your life to Christ at the end of this event, because you cannot parent without God in it, without Jesus helping you. I that I'm seated here, I've got 20 years or 19 years of parenting experience with me. And that's why I'm talking about this topic. I'll be sharing my journey, my experiences, and how God has helped me thus far. If I tell you that parenting is easy, I'm deceiving you. But do you know that God can help you in that journey? And that's what I want to talk about. So, be ready to hear some truth that may not be comfortable with you. But if you are ready to open your heart to those truths, I can bet you it will make a world of difference in your generation, in your dynasty. If you are the one like me who is intentional in having my generation, fourth, fifth generation, sixth generation, keep referring to a mother like myself, I told my sons that there's just no way you guys can miss me. There's just no way your children will not know about me. There's just no way. Because I put so much inside of you that you cannot keep quiet and not pass it to my generation, even after I've gone. And if you are that kind of a mother, that kind of a father who is intentional like me, who wants to pass Jesus through his generation, then you will discover it will not be only Jesus you pass. You will also pass your legacy, your own self, to your generation. You will not be forgotten easily. And that takes me to the things I'm going to be talking about. We'll be looking at these are the objectives, a bit of introduction, icebreaker, who is the first teacher for a child, parenting style, how my journey began and where I am now, the third culture child, characteristics of it, cultural shock, because some of us have just migrated. In fact, most of us on the call have just migrated into the UK. And coming into UK, I've got its own challenges as well. The way it has been shocking you at work with some of their culture, so it is your child or your children that you came with or you had here are also experiencing those cultural shock. And I want to talk about it and how it impacts on your parenting. And also we'll be looking at the principles of parenting as well. And that takes me to the icebreaker. I want to ask a question. Who is the first teacher? Who should be the first teacher for a child? Who should be the first teacher for a child? You can unmute yourself and speak to us. Who should be the first teacher for a child? Yes, anybody?
The parents.
The parent. The parent, especially the one that stays with that child all the time. You should be the one to what? To lead your child to Christ. Is that okay? Whether mom or dad, it doesn't matter. But most of the time, most of us, the time is the mom that stays with the child more often. So you should be the first teacher. As a dad, I'm challenging you should be the first teacher to introduce your child to Jesus. Who do you think should first introduce Jesus to a child as well? Anybody? Or mute and speak to us or put it in the chat. You have the chat working as well.
The parent as well.
Yeah, the parent. And that's what we are talking about. the parent as well. You parent, you should be the first person to introduce Jesus to your child. And that is what personally I did with my two sons that I had, my biological sons. My first son gave his life to Christ 4 years old at a bus stop in Leeds here. Till tomorrow, when myself and that my son, my first son, when we pass through that place, you always tell me, Mom, that's where I gave my life. I say, I know. Because it left an indelible mark in his life. Now, that was 4 years old, my first son. My second son, he was 3 years old when I introduced him to Christ. Now, up to that time, I've been talking to them about Jesus. Sister Pamela, join on Teams. Is that okay? We are on Teams. We are waiting for you. You guys should join on Teams. Use the link in the WhatsApp, on our WhatsApp to join. Now, so what we are saying is this. Who should introduce our Jesus to our child? That should be you. You should be the one, except you are not a believer. And you have opportunity to be a believer today. You have opportunity to be a believer. So I'm saying to you, as a mom, if you're an intentional mom, an intentional dad, you should be the first person to introduce your child to Jesus. Please join in on Teams. Please join in on Teams. Please join in on Teams. In fact, I will not want to. Can I give this job to somebody? I'm going to come out of this WhatsApp group. Sister Miriam, are you at home, or Sister Bola? Sister Miriam, are you at home? Mama Shine, are you at home?
Yeah, I'm home. I'm home.
home.
I didn't join the WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'm trying to join the WhatsApp so I can direct them.
So I will come out of you. You stay on there and be directing them. Is that okay? Let me come out. You stay there. And mute yourself on the Teams. Sister Bola, thank you, my dear. So, Sister Miriam, mute yourself so that when you're speaking to them on the other end, we will not be hearing you. Thank you, my dear. Now, who do you think should first introduce Jesus to your child? That should be you. That should be you, sincerely. And now, if you give that opportunity to a teacher, a Sunday school teacher, or somebody else, it will be a loss to you. Because sincerely, for me now, at least if I get to heaven and they said, okay, you didn't win anybody to Christ, at least I'm sure of 2 people. My 2 sons, I'm sure of those ones. And that should be your gain too. I hope you know it's a crown on your head. Why will you wait for somebody to introduce Jesus to your child? Why can't you do that yourself? That's my question. Why? When you are going to get a crown on your head for that in eternity. And your child will never forget you for even introducing them to Christ. Like my 2 sons now, they cannot forget me in a hurry. It's not possible. If they ask them, how did you give your life to Christ? At least in all the discussion, they will mention me. I'm so sure. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do as an intentional Christian mom or intentional Christian dad, wherever you're hearing me from. Now, the next question is, who is doing the parenting job? Looking at this picture, I want to ask you a question as a new mom, new dad, or you are even an old parent who is joining this event. Who is doing this? Who should be doing the parenting job? Should it be phone? Should it be iPad? Should it be baby event, baby things going on the TV that you put your child in for morning till evening? Or you? Who should be doing the parenting job? I want to ask you that question. You can unmute yourself and speak to me. Is it the phone, the technology, or you? Who should be doing the parenting job? Who did God give the parenting job to? That's the question. Yeah, let's hear your answers.
The parents.
The parents.
The parents.
Yeah, thank you.
And the mother.
Yeah, but we now discover now that parents are not doing the job. You parent, me, we are not doing the job. It's the phone. Oh, you are tired. Go on. You now put the TV on. Oh, this child is just disturbing me. Oh, then before you say you're coming, so you're on BBC, you have opened YouTube to them. You're giving them, just take, don't kill me. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm this. Is that how it's supposed to be? But don't forget that if you keep giving them the tech, phone, iPad, YouTube, giving them all sorts of things, I hope you know that they will help you to parent your child the way they taught. And the way they parent in the world is not the way Jesus and God have asked you to parent the child, that the gift he has given to you. I want to ask you another question. If your friend who has been looking for a child for the past 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, desperately looking for a child, and they ask that parent, that friend of yours, and they ask that parent of yours, friend of yours, that if God asks your friend this question, if I give you this child that you have been looking for all these years, will you use phone or yourself to parent the child? What do you think your friend will say? Somebody should unmute and tell me. Somebody should unmute and tell me. Sister Sandra, Sister
Please,
Miriam,
Mark, can you ask the question again?
If the question is this: if somebody who has been believing God for a child for many years, I've been asking God for a child, and God asked that person a question, that if I eventually give you this child, will you have time to parent this child, or you'll be using technology to parent this child? What do you think will be the answer that this friend of yours will say?
Oh, sorry. The person will tell God that she's capable, he or she is capable of taking care of the child.
That's what he or she will say. But do you know now, that is not what we are saying to God now, because we now have the child. Sister Miriam, just a moment. Sister Miriam, if you can hear me, tell Sister Sandra to Bankole to join on. Let us stay on the WhatsApp group. She'll be hearing me, but tell her to mute herself, so that our sound will not be interrupting me.
All right, ma'am.
Thank you, my dear. So anybody struggling, let them stay on Teams, is on WhatsApp. It's up to them. Fine. So who is doing parenting job? It should be you. Don't let this new world do the parenting for you, please. And that was why I gave you that scenario. If your friend who had been barren, who had been believing God for a child for 5, 10 years, or 3 years, or 2 years, if they ask that friend of yours that if I give you this child, will you have time to parent this child, or you will give this child to somebody, or do you give it to the phone, do you give it to iPad, to YouTube, to be parenting for you? I can bet you that person, whether a male or female, will tell God that, God, just try me. I will give all my time to make sure I nurture and I raise the child in the way of the Lord. But my question is this: now you have been given the child already. Before you say Jack Robinson, you have already had the child. Now the child is in your hand now. The question is, are you sure you are not shifting your parenting job to somebody else? The phone, iPad, the telephone, the TV in your house? Now, please answer that question for yourself. Now, what is parenting? What do you think is parenting? What is parenting? Anybody? What do you think is parenting? Let's talk. The reason I'm not moving away, let me move my screen to this side. Let's ask that question. What is parenting? So that I can see those of us that are in.
I'll say parenting is the ability to guide your child right.
Is the ability to guide your child right. I like that word, guide. Any other person?
I think parenting is a process of taking wholly the responsibility of catering and bringing up and nurturing of a child.
Is bringing up and is a nurture, catering and nurturing. Is a holistic thing. Is an all-round thing. And you can't give that job, my sister, my brother, you can't give that job to somebody else. You can't afford to give that job to YouTube. You can't afford to give that job to your phone, that iPad that you're pushing into the eyes of that child. You can't afford to do that. And that's why a lot of children, as they are growing up now, they are coming up with different attitude. And you're like, where did you get this from? You have forgotten that you put the screen in front of them. Technology, and you need to see, I'm going to challenge you. I want you to, going forward, those things that you put in front of your child, just sit down for 1 hour and watch it too. There's no innocent baby programs anymore. You'll be shocked what they put in the face of your child now. What you thought is innocent, that cartoon is no longer innocent. A lot of things have been put there. A lot of document, and myself and somebody was talking the other day. They were watching a baby program, and 2 women were kissing each other. 2 men were kissing each other. What are they trying to pass across to you? Toshi? Yeah, you want to say something? I can see you're muted. And this is what are they trying to pass across? And that's why I said you got to be careful who is parenting for you. Because all these ideas are being put out there in a subtle way. A mother told me that she heard her 2 daughters talking, and I think they were less than 9 or 8, the 2 of them, and they were saying that there's nothing bad in 2 women marrying each other because they've been going to nursery and they've been talking to them. There's no big deal about 2 boys marrying each other, because that's what they are teaching our children in schools now, whether you like it or not. That's the reality you are in, and you need to fight for your child. And if you don't do that, you will discover that boy that you take to school, that you have been taking to school, that child, that boy, a day will come, that boy will come back and tell you he's not a girl. That girl that you have been taking to school, all this why? Because you are not observant of the environment where you are, you'll be shocked that boy will come back and tell you he's not a girl. A girl will not come back and tell you he's not a boy. You better be careful and know the society you have found yourself and the parenting job that comes with it. And that's what I'm saying. Please and please, it's important that we note these things. Now, I hope you know in schools now, they say things like, oh, if you see the boy playing with a toy, they will tell you, oh, whether he's a boy in a girl's skin, is a boy in a girl's skin. Just because the boy is playing with a girl's toy, they will be pushing. They say, oh, whether it's a girl, it's actually supposed to be a girl. And then before you know it, they'll start wearing girls' dresses for your child in the nursery. It's happening here in the UK. That's why I'm saying all of these things to you, to be alert, be sensitive. Don't be a foolish mother or father who is not sensitive to the environment in which you are in. And that's why I keep frowning at mothers who braid hair for their sons, because you don't even know the environment you are in. You are actually, it may be trendy, but the people that they are going to nursery to, they already have their own agenda to turn your male child to female, your female child to male. LGBTQ agenda is on, whether you like it or not. You better let everybody know that this is a male child, though. Cut the hair and let him look like a boy. This is a girl child, though. It's not a girl. It's not a boy. Braid the hair and let them know that it's a girl. Don't call him a he. He's not a them. This is who my child is, and that starts from the appearance. But when you start compromising and you start doing all sorts in the name that is trendy, is fashion, it can be fashionable in Nigeria. Nobody's fashionable. But in the UK, if you start doing that, they will help you finish it. What you have started, they will help you finish it in nursery. I can bet you. God will help you in Jesus' name. Now, let's look at what is parenting. Parenting involves nurturing, like some of us have said. Sister Miriam, if you don't mind, please help me to call that WhatsApp group again so that more people can join again, if you don't mind. What is parenting? Parenting involves nurturing, protecting, guiding children to prepare them for independence. You are protecting them. You cannot just leave them alone. You are guiding them. That's what some of us have mentioned. You are nurturing them. It's a process that supports the physical and the cognitive. Cognitive is talking about the thinking. The thinking. Whatever you put on your face of your child is what they will be thinking on. If you put all manner of LGBTQ things in the name of cartoons that they are watching in front of a child, that's what they'll be thinking on. It's a process that supports the physical way of their development, their thinking level, their way they interact. Because you are always putting your child on the screen, they will not be able to interact with people because they are always on the screen. That is why you see most boys hardly talk early. especially those that they don't take to the parks. You don't take your child to the park, your child is in the house, full of energy. In the UK, I hope you know, it's an offense to even have a dog and not walk that dog every day. It's an offense, in a criminal offense in the UK. Now, how much less you that have a child in your hand? You got a child, a woman being in your hand, and you kept that child in the house, and you refuse to take that child out every day. This morning, myself and my husband, we went for a walk for 1 hour, and we were at the park, and I saw women, men with their babies, with their young children. I said, look at it now. Look at them. They are British. It's only one white, or it's only one black woman, a Nigerian lady I saw. And when we interrogated her, it happened that she came with a white friend of hers. I said, oh, that must have been the reason. Because I will only see my people here. And these things are free. Every of the area you live, there's a park beside you. Sister Miriam, please, can you, or Sister Bola, can you start WhatsApp call again, please, so that more people can join? It involves nurturing, protecting, and guiding our children.
Ma.
Please, thank you. It's a process that supports the physical, the cognitive, the social, and emotional, and educational development of a child from infancy to adulthood. Now, let me quickly point out something to you in this particular statement. What we know as parenting, especially in Africa where we came from, is just the educational development. You need to go to nursery. My child needs to go to school. My child needs to do this. It's more than that. Education, I hope you know, education starts from the house. It starts from you, the mom, the dad. The education starts from you. It starts from you. It's not from the nursery. It doesn't start from the nursery. It starts from your house. And that takes me to this one. Are you positive parenting? Are you positively parenting that child? And I'm going to drop the link. There's a link sent out by the NSPCC to, let me try and send that link. Let me go back into the chat and put that in the chat. I want you to keep it. It's in the chat now. And you see a lot of things it talks about. It's an article of just about 5 or 6 articles, pages of article. And it's talking about how to understand your child's need. This is just one of it that I cut out and I put in this slide. The things that you need to know. Understanding your child's need and their behavior, it does change as they get older. And understanding these needs will help you to better understand your child better. A lot has been written about the need for children and advice for parents, and we will cover some of these areas in that article that I told you. I put the link in the chat. If it is about babies, of course, the babies can throw tantrums. They can show or appear to be they have this stubborn stake, splitting out food, wiggling away from a nappy change. All of these things can be trying you. They can make you to be stressed out. But it's not that the baby, you may feel that baby is deliberately stressing your life or is deliberately naughty. No. Or trying to provoke you. This is not possible. But remember, you should never shout at them. You should never scream at your child. You should never hit a child or shake them or smack a baby. I hope you know that in the UK, you can't do that. You can't say, oh, I'm frustrated, and you smash your child against the wall. A mother have told me that when she was angry, she just threw the child across the room to the dad. That is not acceptable in the UK. You can go to prison for that. So you've got to be in control of your behavior. You've got to be in control of your behavior at all times. You've got to be in control of your baby, of yourself and of your baby, your emotion. In fact, parenting starts from you. Because most of us have been parenting in a very negative way. That is why we are not parenting our children in a negative way too. If I ask you, how did your mommy parent you? I'm so sure you'll be like, how I wish you can restart it again or redo it again. It was bad. Do you know that is what you are doing now? You two are not becoming that same a replica of your mom and dad, because it is what you have learned that you produce. You have to now consciously relearn some things. Just on Sunday, I was in first service. I hardly do first service, but I had to do first service because I had a neurodiverse child with me that stayed with me for some days. And I was happy to have that child. But I knew that I had to change my schedule to match the strength of that child. If I do second service, the whole place might be scattered and I don't know how I'm going to do it. But first service quieter, and there was no issue at all. You have to understand the need of that child. If I say, oh, I have to be in second service, and then I now drag that child to second service, and it now becomes so stressful, the environment is shouting everywhere, was so noisy, everywhere is so filled up, the child starts throwing tantrums. It is me that have problem. It's not that child, because I should have understood that that child will not cope in that kind of environment. So the baby you have in your hand, they behave such that you, in a way that I hope you know that their behavior or their crying is to tell you that there's something I need from you, mom. There's something I need from you, dad. They need something from you. That's what they are doing. Example, when they cry, they are trying to tell you that they need something. Maybe they are hungry, or their nappy is wet and they need changing, or they are just tired, or they just need hug, things like that. Don't just be saying you are always crying, you're a cry baby. It's because they can't talk. That's the only way they can communicate to you. It is you that will now have to learn different type of crying that they've got. Also, toddlers can test your limit. They will throw tantrums. When you are out and about with them, they know that, oh, you cannot really do anything. They run wide and you'll be running after them, and everybody will be looking at you and them, and that's toddler for you. And at that stage, their brain is still developing during that period. So there's limit to how much they're able to control their emotions. Now, this behavior that we see, oh, is naughty. This toddler is a naughty boy. He's a naughty child. He's a cheeky. They use all sorts of names in the UK to describe toddler. If you start using such words to describe your child, that is what your child will be. Remember, we are Christians. It is what you say that your child will become. Oh, you're a good child. You're a goodly child. You'll be a good child. You settle down. And you make sure you walk according to that. What you two are saying to them is what you are believing God, and that's what you see. It's just because they are trying to, especially boys, they are yet to manage their emotions themselves. They will do all sorts. Am I saying that you should leave them? No, but that you should be firm. Be firm. Tell them, sit down there. Change your tone. Be assertive. Don't beat them. I was at a place some few days ago. I told you, area mother work is my second also. I finished work and I decided to visit somebody just some few days ago. And the toddler was misbehaving a bit, running up and down. And then we got the toddler in, and you can't believe, because the toddler wasn't happy that we didn't allow him out into the playground because he was going to the next house. He went and brought a broom out for the mom to beat the mom. I'm like, what? And I knew immediately that was what the mom had been using to beat that child, because there's just no way that 3-year-old child or 4-year-old child will know how to use broom to beat. They must have been using it on him. And why am I saying it? The mom might even be on the call now. And I said to her, don't do that again. Because that's enough a reason. If you take that child, by the time that child is 4, you take that child to nursery, and my Eimbo colleagues, who is in school, teachers in school, if they see that kind of a thing, they know exactly, just as I knew that you have been beating that child at home. They know. They have been trained to know that. A child, and the challenges of beating a child is enormous. It's enormous. It may quickly correct them and make them to quickly change, but the impact, the lifelong impact is so great that it damages that child. You may say, but that was how I was trained too, but I was not damaged. Who says? You are broken as you are. I'm telling you. Because what you say makes me to know that you're a broken parent. You are just opportune to have a child in your hand. A lot of us are broken. So all of these things, please read this article. I can't go through everything. But each of the children in different stages have got their stage. Children in school age are constantly learning and exploring the world. They may have a lot of questions as they start to form their own views on issues. As they move towards being more independent, they may seem to push boundaries and become more challenging. This is necessary part of growing up. It's part of it. Do you now know that they are trying? Do you know the reason why they are doing that? They're trying to be more independent. They want you to move away. They want to make decisions for themselves. If you know their need, you will not be offended. But because you don't know, you're like, this child is stubborn. He doesn't listen. He doesn't this. Do you know your child's need? Do you know the reason why your child is behaving the way they are behaving? Now, let's talk about teenagers. As children grows to develop their own identity in their teenage years, they may become more challenging, sometimes moody or withdrawn, or not as talkative and open to their parents would like, as their parent would like. I've got 2 teenagers here now. Are they as open? The first one is not as open to me as much. But when he wants to talk to me, he likes to talk to me on one-to-one because that is his personality. He's a phlegmatic person. He likes to talk. He will tell me, Mom, can we just have conversation, myself and himself? But if I say, oh, let all of us in the family, let all of us gather, he will not say anything. And I also notice that if I give him a pen and a paper, he will write what he's thinking. He will write it down. One time when he was in year 6, he was being bullied in year 4. We moved to another area in Leeds, this side of Leeds, Seacroft. As at that time, I didn't know that blacks weren't much in this area. So in his school, he was virtually the second black child in his classroom. By the time he was in the second week of the school, they have pushed him and his front tooth has been broken. I'm telling you what happened, real life stories here. And my son, I just went there, they said, oh, they were just doing a nasty play. Somebody pushed him. They never told me he was being bullied. And my son couldn't say anything to me because of his phlegmatic nature, his personality. His personality is phlegmatic, are calm, quiet people. They don't like trouble. They only just go their way. Now, he did that to him, and I didn't know because he didn't say it. By the time he told me, I got to know. I went to the head teacher. The head teacher was so stupid to now tell everybody that, oh, they were bullying my child in this class. She didn't handle it well, and that was when the bullying now started again. And my child was suffering for only God knows how many years. By the time he was finishing his year 6, and I was just saying, okay, was just running around the house on a holiday. I said, okay, I gave him a paper. I didn't know that would work. I just said, I know as an African mother, oh, why are you just roaming around? Okay, come and take paper and write about your school. It was the biggest, it was the biggest discovery as a mother for me. That was when my child wrote how he was being bullied, the system the children were using to bully each other, and why he had to always run away when I want to go and pick him in school. I always wonder, why is he always being the first person to come out? He explained everything. I still have that letter till tomorrow. The impact of it is great, and that's why you need to know your child's need. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, so that your child will not fall into it. Till tomorrow, my child is yet to totally recover from that incident. He's in university now. Please, and please be careful. God will help you in Jesus' name. So please, whatever way, and at the teenage years, my second child is not like that. He's spoken, he talks, he says sanguine, if you know anything about personality. And that one, I'm challenging you. When I put things on the babies and mom support group, it's for you to learn. I might not give you money, but what I'm giving is more than money. That's what I'm saying to you. Don't see those trainings and you don't log in. Everything is not about money, especially those of you that just came from Nigeria. Everything is not about money. There are some things that will happen to you in this UK that you will see money, you will run. I'm telling you. And that's why you need to learn how to live in the country first. How to live in peace first. You need to learn how to live in peace. Very important. You need to learn how to live in peace. But if you are not learning how to live in peace and you are running after money, you will discover that you gather the money and it will be blown away by troubles of life. When social services come into your life, ambulance services come into your life, police services come into your life, through the child that you have neglected, you will now discover that, oh, no wonder that is what Dickiness Alabi was saying. I was intentional. I decided to make sure. It's not that I don't like money, but I make sure that my child comes first, my children come first. My career, I put it at the back to make sure that my child grew first before I start doing all of these things that I'm doing. Please and please, I'm begging you, be intentional. Be intentional. I'm saying it again and again. Your responsibility at a young, if you have toddlers, you have young Sunday school age children, your responsibility is to nurture those children. Don't let anybody nurture them for you. Don't let that neighbor of yours who you don't even know anything, that doesn't know anything about your child, nurture your child for you, because they don't know your child. When you would have passed your child from this place to that person, to that person, to that person, you don't even know what they are doing to your child. You have left your child for 12 hours back to back. Doing what? As a mother, as a father, you need to set your priorities right. When myself and my husband were younger, with our young family, when our children were still under primary school age, my husband will do morning shift, I will do night shift. That is how we run it. I'm surprised that some of you, especially those of you that just came, you didn't arrange yourself well. Husband is going to work in the morning, wife is also going in the morning. How come? And when your child comes in, nobody to take care of them. I'm telling you, may you not get it wrong in Jesus' name. Please, I'm begging you. Especially in the UK, you can't afford to mess around with your child. And that's why you see teenagers, they'll just be loitering around 5, 6, 7. In your area, see them, you'll be loitering around. In my area, they'll be loitering around. Because there's no mom, no dad at home to tell them, go and sit down and do your assignment. Go and sit down and do your chores. Go and wash the plate. Go and do what you need to do. Go and do your GCSE revision. Nobody is talking to them because mommy is at work, daddy is at work. If you talk to mommy and daddy, we just came to UK. We need to pay our bills. I know. But me too, I was paying my bills too. At that time, I was doing extension, but I was doing it with common sense. I made sure I got a shift that will make my husband to be at home, and he got a shift that I will be at home. One of us will have to be at home with our child. Please and please, get your priorities there. Your children are your future. They are your future. They are your future messages to the future you cannot get to. Now, if you don't do it right, now I'm sweating now. I'm telling you with the truth. I'm telling you nothing but the truth. How I wish the 46 or how many of us were on the WhatsApp group, the babes and mom group. How I wish 46 of us, when we had the picnic, they didn't come. Now we are having it on the online now. They are not joining. How do I want to help? And that's what we are saying. Please, you must be intentional in helping yourself. It's not about, I must stay in UK. I must stay in UK. When you're not staying in UK and your child is in the prison in UK, will you like that? That's why I say you have to start from now. My 2 children, I gave back to them here. So I know what I'm talking about. And children varies. Like my 2 children are 2 different personality. One can talk very well, he likes friends. The other one stays by himself, he's quiet. How do I know this? It's because I studied them, I stayed with them. I know them back to back. But if we ask you your child that is in your hand, do you know that child? I can bet you may not. Because whether you have not shared enough time with them, or you are even there, somebody can be present and still be absent. There are some people like that. They are in the house, but they're absent. They are not really doing the work. They are just sitting down, doing something else. They are not being intentional. They are not engaging with the child. So what's the essence of you being there? Or you are on phone all the time. All your friends in the entire world, you are as they are sending messages to you, you are replying them. And your child in your hand is almost falling off. The child in your hand, you cannot change his nappy because you are so busy trying to catch up with your friends that are yet to even marry you. They are yet to marry, and you are trying to catch up with them. You are forgotten that you are changed level. You are no longer a single mother. You are no longer a single lady. You are no longer a single man. You are chatting with everybody, and you have left your family. You left that child that they gave you, your children, your family. You left them alone. You are there, but you are not really doing the work. So it's not just about being present. You must be intentional about what you are doing. So let's move on quickly. I want to talk about parenting style. We started it in that picnic, of course. I'll just move on. Parenting style. And the first one I want to talk about is we have the authoritarian type of parenting style, permissive, attachment, helicopter type, free range, we have the authoritative, and then we have the positive parenting. So let's see each of them. The first one I want to talk about is the authoritarian type. Authoritarian type of parent is a type of parent who is characterized by strict rules. You are always giving rules, and you are full of high demand. Hey, don't sit down there. Stand up. Hey, stop talking. Stop shouting. So you are always shouting. You are always screaming. You have little or no warmth with you. Your child cannot come and hug you. You don't know how to nurture them in the environment of love. I want to ask you a question. If you are actually parenting that child well, do you really need to beat your child? If that is what your mom and dad did to you, did that really help you? I know somebody who is of age now, I think is in the 30s of years in the UK now, because the dad was beating him seriously when they were in Nigeria. Now the boy has grown, he's now referring to those incidents, and he has decided not to have anything to do with the father, just because of what happened many, many years ago. Here you are in UK, we have been talking to you since you have given back to this child. An authoritarian type. And I asked the mother of this man that why did this happen? The woman said, I was telling my husband, though, stop beating this child. Stop beating this child. But look at the impact now. The child does not want to have anything to do with the father. It's characterized with strict rules, punishment, little warm or no nurturing. You parent, you are always one making decisions without input from your children, and can lead to obedience. You know, that your children can be obedient, but potentially will they be anxious or rebellious children at the end of the day? They will have low self-esteem, poor social skills. These are children that you meet on the way that they don't know how to interact with people. They don't know how to greet people. They don't know how to make friends easily. They don't know how to talk. There's what we call small talk in the UK. They don't know how to have small talk with strangers on the street, because they have been so structured in the way that everything has to be on point. And the result of this, they might become aggressive, because daddy is doing it, daddy is aggressive, mom is aggressive, it's always beat back, goes. They are used to that. They themselves, they will not be like that too. If you have had a mom or a dad like that who is a bulldozer parent, they call them bulldozers. Huh? If you are not careful, you too will be like that to your child now. And that's why we're talking to you, so that you can relearn. You can relearn. And in this authoritarian type of parenting, kids are expected to obey. Whether it's right or wrong, they must obey. Whether what the father is saying is right or wrong. I was listening to a podcast some time ago, just a few weeks ago. I've not even finished it. By a pastor who Lazarus. He was interviewing a lady whose dad was a bulldozer parent. The dad he said the way the dad beats his mom is she has seen
No, I think so. Because you got very weak.
you yourself, don't be that. Don't be that kind of people. Don't be that kind of a parent that at the end of the day, your child will not go and give us an interview about you that you're a wicked and a bad parent, an authoritarian type. Let's move to the next one. Uninvolved or neglected or disengaged type is a type of toxic kind of parenting. Low demand, they don't really care about the child. They are actually there. They are not doing back-to-back shift. They are in the house, but they are not actually doing the work. But they are not actually really doing the work. They are not actually engaging their child. They are not playing with them. They are not doing things with them. They are not engaging them. Low demand. And they don't have any, the child, if a child feels that, oh, I need a hug, I need somebody, I need my mom, my dad to be around me, they will not go for that kind of a parent, uninvolved. They neglect their child. We've seen that a lot. The children with lack social skills, They will be very impulsive and antisocial. They don't want to have anything to do with people, because even the parent that they are living with, they have shown them how not to what? To socialize. You don't have any engagement with them, have disturbed social relationship. Parents are uninvolved in their children's life. They are there, but they are not really doing anything, or they are not even there at all. Some parents, they have children, but they just walk away. Morning they go to shift, in the night they go to shift, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, they just go like that. And it's the adult child that is now parenting the younger children. Uninvolved, neglectful, disengaged type of parenting. That's not the one we want. It can be very harmful. It can cause pain and detrimental to the health of our child. And that's not what we want. Let's look at free range type. It emphasizes independency, autonomy, and self-directed learning. Some parents are like that. You can see this type in Britain. In Britain here, in England, you see some parents, they just they emphasize independency. They take the child out and then they leave them to themselves to feel the which is good. Don't get me wrong. They emphasize independency. Okay, child, go and learn for yourself. Find the word for yourself, which is okay. But it is when it is on the extreme that is when it's wrong. Unsupervised time for children, allow children to explore their environment openly. All of these things, they have advantages and disadvantages. They play outside, which is fair enough. They allow children to explore the environment, which is good. Parents give children more freedom to make choices, mistake, and take risks, which is what we should be doing. You can foster resiliency. Resiliency, the way I define resiliency is like a ball. When you throw a ball down and it bounces back, that's resiliency. Ability for you to bounce back. Self-reliance, because they've been left to themselves to explore the world, they will develop that skill. And that's what we should be doing. We shouldn't cage our children for so long, especially some children that are supposed to be lacing their shoes, that are supposed to be hanging their coat. By the time your child is 3 years old or 4, you should be able to hang their coat, not you doing it for them. That's what we teach them in nursery here. Ability to problem solve, letting children make some of their own decisions for themselves. You tell them, okay, which of the dress do you want to wear? It's winter. Which one do you think is the best to wear out of this your set of clothes in your wardrobe? Let them think and say, oh, let me take a more warmer clothes. And if they're not taking that one, can I let them know, do you know the reason why this is not the best? If they're taking a summer dress, that's how little decisions like that goes a long way. It helps your children to problem solve. Now, the next one I want to talk about is this one here. Permissive indulgent type. Jellyfish parent. Your children is the one pushing you around. Anything goes. You are sort like the warm, nurturing demand of the passive parent. No demand. You are not asking your children to do this or anything, and you are always holding on to them. No, they are always with you. These are the parents that will go to school. And why did you beat my child? You mustn't do that. And you knew that your child did something wrong. And these children, they lack maturity. They show poor academic performance, and they might even be aggressive in the future. They don't take responsibility for their actions. And these are the children that become boys. I said, if they are boys, they become boys that doesn't regard girls, that doesn't regard women. They're so permissive, anything goes, because mom and daddy permit them to do anything. There's no rigidity, no structure. They don't know that you don't say this to a lady, you don't say this to a man. They don't know. They don't know what to say and what not to say. Kids are allowed to do what they want. Is that the kind of children we want to raise because of the type of parenting style we have adopted? Permissive, indulgent. You are just you permit everything. Everything goes with you. It shouldn't be. And then the next one is the helicopter type parenting. Helicopter parenting refers to an overprotective type of parent. You are hovering protectively over your child, continuously watching them, ready to action, quick to sweep in and rescue them from any barrier. You are not allowing them to develop problem-solving skills. You are very involved in their life. Just like helicopter hovering, so do these parents. They typically involve themselves in all aspects of their children's life, sometimes to the detriment of the kids. Parents are highly responsive to their children's need. Your child says, "Oh, mom, can I just quickly go to the corner by our house? I want to get um a snack." You said, "No, don't worry. I will take you in my car. Sit in my car. I will take you there." If your child is 10, 12, and they can go and do it, why don't you give them a bit of independency? If the corner shop is not far from your house, tell them and tell, "I'm going to wait for you. Make sure you come back in 5 minutes or 10 minutes." That way you are training them to be independent, because ultimately nobody wants to have an adult child. I keep telling my 2 sons, I don't want to have an adult child. That's why I'm doing all I can to train you guys now. I don't want you to come back to me when you are 22 or 23 or 24, 25 and be telling me, "Mom, can you help me with it?" No, you are independent. You should be able to fend for yourself. You should be able to buy a house, stay in your house, marry, settle, and enjoy your life. And that is what we should be doing. A quarter parent, you don't give them room to make decisions. Like my son is in university now. If I'm still trying to, like now, I want to change his accommodation. Myself and my husband, he told us about it, but we decided to keep quiet. He said, "Make your decision yourself. Wherever you want to move to, it's up to you. Make sure you pray about it. When you move, we'll come and see you." That's what we're talking about. Not that you now go there, let me see, stay in that one, stay in that one. Let him make mistake now, and you can correct it. They're not big mistakes. If your child can make mistakes now, not too big of a risk mistake, let them do it now, because they are developing the ability to make decisions in the right direction. But some parents, they don't do that. A reporter type of parenting. I hope that is not you. Another one is attachment type. Emphasize emotional connection. That's where you see some women who they have you see some women that their child is a year, 6 months. I've seen one of, I think, almost 18 or almost close to 2 years. They're still breastfeeding the baby, and I'm like, what are they doing? And then they're always there's the particular one I saw. The boy was literally dragging the mother's breast out. The boy doesn't know that they are in the public or not, disgracing the mom. Why are you breastfeeding a 18-month-old child for what? Almost 2 years. Look at that. That was why I put this picture of this lady here. She's almost a TV screen. Everybody's looking at her, and they're like, where is this one coming from? It involves extended breastfeeding and co-sleeping. They can let your child sleep in their bed, on their cot. Learn to train your child to sleep on their cot. Let your husband and wife stay together on your bed. Attachment, too much attachment. Parent prioritizing building a strong bonding with their child, which is okay, but not so much or so strong that your child is almost choking, they cannot breathe. Can foster secure attachment and emotional intelligence. It can help you to, of course, if you are a moderate parent who is using this type of style, you will be connected to your child, that even if your child is doing something somewhere and you're not there, you will sense it somehow. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be too shocking for your child. Aim to raise your child in a secure, independent, and in an empathetic way. That should be your aim. Let your child be such that they are secured, and this kind of people, they tend to be, to have a secure child. But at the same time, when it's over the board, when it's on the extreme, it could really be very uninteresting and irritating at times. Not just for yourself, but also for that child. And then this one is the one I'm talking authoritative. This is one I will encourage all of us to be. Authoritative type of parenting. They have a high demand on the child, but with limits, set boundaries, let them know what they need to do. Tell them this is what you are. If you finish eating, you have to take your plate to the kitchen. Even when they can do that, when they finish eating, let them say thank you to whoever has served them, because it's not only you that will always give them food. Let them know how to say thank you, please, can I have this? Thank you, I am sorry. Let them teach them all of these things. Those are the things that this authoritative type of parent does. High demand, high warmth. They are always expressing love to the children. The children doesn't feel as if, oh, I can't hug my mom or dad. Some of us, as you are here, if I ask you, how many of you have hugged your mom or dad before? I'm so sure some of you will like, hey, for where? How can I do that? It's not acceptable in our house. It's because your parenting style of your parent is not a good one. You should be able to hug your mom and dad. Children have high self-esteem in this kind of authoritative type of parents. They have been trained to know that they are unique, to know that, see, you are a good child. Don't let anybody tell you are not. They train them to have high esteem of who they are because the mom and dad keep telling them how good they are. I hope you know that you shouldn't love your child because your child does things, whether good or bad. You should love your child because that child is your child. That's what Jesus did. That's what God did. God loved us not because of what we did. He loved us because of what Jesus did. He loved us and now made us his children. It's not about what we did or what we are going to do. It's what Jesus has done on the cross. And that's how your parenting should be. Don't say, oh, you break that plate because of that. I will not be your, I will not have anything to do with you again in my life or something like. No, some parents, they just say all sorts of things just because a child does something wrong or gets something wrong, and they will now start cursing the child, abusing the child, saying also, don't be that parent that will be cursing your child. Never you curse your child, please. No, never. Have good social skills, good academic performance. Those are the kind of children, they have good social skills. They interact with people, they relate with people, they are good academically. And they are more compliant and respectful. This type of parent, because they put rules and regulations in ground for the child. So these children, they are more compliant, they are more respectful. Parents will keep setting rules and explaining the reason behind them to them. Don't just say, don't go out at 7 o'clock. Tell them the reason why they shouldn't go out. That is more reason why they will comply. If you go out by 7 or 8 and anything happens to you, I hope you know that I will not like that. That might have a ripple effect on you. If you run out of there and run into the road and you get knocked down and your leg got cut off, will you like that? Explain to them like that. And you see that child will be the one that will be locking the door. But if you don't say, don't always open the door, they don't know the reason why. Tell them tell them the reason why. And this is a preferred type of parenting. And I move on to positive parenting type. This focus on mutual respect. You are in Britain, whether you like it or not. You may say, hey, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Cameroonian, but you're already in UK, my dear. You behave like the Romans. And this is what we see around us being practiced by the white people. I want to challenge you. Why don't you go and learn how that white colleague of yours that had the same child around the same age as yours have never beaten his or her child, and the child behaves well? There are some that their children, they raise their children well. I have a neighbor here. I've got 2 sons, a boy and a girl, sorry. They are my neighbors. And the children are well behaved. They don't even go to church. Huh? How come they are able to positively parent their child? Focus on mutual respect with your child. Respect that child of yours, and your child will respect you. In Africa, it's not so. But don't bring Africa here. Remember, you're not in Africa anymore. Except you want to still go back there. Respect that child. I saw a mother some time ago in church, and she was trying to change the nappy of the baby right in front of everybody after service. When there's toilet, respect your child. Respect it. You may say, oh, he's a baby. Nobody cares. Who told you? We care. Please. We call it dignity. Positive reinforcement and encouragement. You positively reinforce them. You let them know you're a good child. You're a great child. There's a great seed of greatness in you. That's what I do with my 2 sons. In fact, the first one, I call him the one. You are the one that everybody's looking for. That's what the title I gave him. You are the one. Until you come, nobody will sit down. That's what I always tell him. I say, if you call for 1 million will appear to you. That's what I keep saying to my child. What are you saying to your child? Are you saying that Olori Buruku? That's how your father did. Yeah, you guys are not good in your family. Your father's father, your mother's, and you're just saying all sorts of rubbish. And you're not saying you want your child to turn right? It's not possible. It takes a lot of energy to get a positive child out of a child that you have in your hand. You have to be intentional. You have to sow good seed. Just like the way you will never see apple, banana, whatever, pear, cherry, you will never see them behind your garden when it's harvest time, unless you have planted them. Like me now, I was intentional when we packed to this house. I planted those trees. They are behind my house. When it's October, you see me giving fruit out to people. I was intentional when I planted it 5 years ago, when I came to this house. But if you have never planted, will you get any harvest? That is how it is with children too. If you have not planted good words into their life, you won't get anything good. No matter where, if you like, go and live in Australia, if you like, go and live in Canada, if you like, go and move to anywhere you want to move to, it's the same. Your child will not turn out right. Possibly enforce the word of God into their life. Encourage them. Parents set boundaries and promote self-esteem. Let them do things for themselves. If they want to carry the plate, let them, okay, take the plate. You see some toddler wanting to do things, don't, as long as it's not too much for them, let them do it. Can lead to confidence. They are more confident children. They are resilient. They can bounce back. Whatever the issue is, they bounce back. And they are well-adjusted children. Positively parenting type. And that is that article I put in the chat for every one of us. Please, I will encourage you to read that article. Now, the other thing I want to mention is this proverb here. Many are the plans in the person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. The reason why God gave you that child is for a purpose. And that purpose is to nurture a child, to raise a child in the way of the Lord. It's to nurture that child in the way of the Lord. It's to nurture your child in the way of the Lord. There's a purpose why God gave you that child. Why he didn't give it to somebody else. He gave it to you because he knew that you needed it. The Bible says in Malachi, he said because he desired a godly seed. He doesn't want your child to turn out the way every other child turned out on your street. He wants your own to be different. Like I tell my sons, I said, you cannot dress like every other person. All the other boys may be plaiting their hair, putting earrings on, dragging their shoe, wearing dress under their bums. It may be trendy, but that is not the way to do it, my dear. I tell my sons, and their father will never go to the market and buy any type of jeans for them. It is the way you are, is the way your child will be. But it's a shame now that you even see some fathers, they are the one doing all of these things. Fathers. And then I'm like, okay, when your child now grows up, how will your child now be? You now come back and say, hey, my child is like this. It's start from you. They saw it, you are the one doing it. They started it. You see some moms, they'll go and be buying shorts, semi-skinny dress for their daughters. And there are many other dresses that you can buy in that same shop. Why are you buying skinny dresses for them? Why? Huh? But I'm not surprised because even mom, the one you are dressing, the way you are even dressed, in fact, how I wish I get another rapper, add to it for your own. Because at times I'm ashamed. And I'm like, are you sure she's a Christian? Can a believer behave like this? Somebody will tell me, oh, Deaconess Alabi, oh, that's the thing of the heart. Christianity is of the heart. Hey, if I'm an unbeliever, there's no way your gospel will preach to me. Because the way you dress is the way you be addressed. The first thing I see is what I used to judge you first, before I start hearing what you have to say to me. Please, there's a purpose why God has made you a mom. There's a purpose why God has made you a dad. Please, let's do what we need to do. God will help me and you in Jesus' name. You just have to be intentional. That's all I'm saying. It starts from you. Now, there's these 7 principles of purpose by Miles Monroe. God is a God of purpose, including in your marriage, in your family, to your husband, to your wife. God created everything with a purpose. Not every purpose is known to us because we have lost our understanding of God's original intention for it. And that's why me and you, we need to stay with God to know the purpose. You need to find out this child that you have given me, what should this child do? And that was what I was doing when my child were beginning to get to age 10. But I started praying, God, what is the purpose of this child? Why did you create this child that you gave me? And before I knew it, I started seeing that those children start choosing a path for themselves. I'm like, okay, so this is it. And we start encouraging them in that line. Pray about it. That God, why did you give me this boy, this girl? For what purpose? So that I can channel that child towards it. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. If you don't know the reason why that God has given you that child, you will not fulfill God's purpose. That child will not get to the destiny that he or she has been created for. To discover the purpose of something, never ask the creation, ask the creator. Ask God. We find our purpose only in the mind of the maker. This computer we are using, if you want to know how it works, go and ask the creator of it. Yeah. Hello?
Just 2,000 views. Are you sure? That's exactly the
Sorry,
message.
excuse me. Somebody should unmute.
Wait, like,
Let me see who is that who has unmuted himself. Just a moment, please, everybody. Somebody is unmuted.
I've muted her, ma.
Oh, thank you. God bless you. So it's important that we discover this. You find our purpose only in the mind of our maker. So that baby in your hand, that children in your hand, that your home, I hope you know there's a purpose for it. Find the purpose. I always tell my two sons, I said to them, you guys have got great destiny attached to you. You cannot afford to mess around. Because I know that a lot of other people are joined to them. So you cannot afford to mess around. You have you have generations that are waiting for you to succeed so that they can succeed. You can't afford to mess around. Because I know their purpose. Have you known the purpose of your child that's in your hand? Or just one of those boys, one of those girls? No, I didn't give back to a child that'll be just one of them. No. My own child is to be a great child. My child is to blossom, to go to future that I cannot get to go to places that I can never get to. I want to extend them. I want them to go further. The generation, this present generation should be, the future generation should be better than this generation. You are better than your mom and dad, and your child should be better than you. That's what I'm saying to you. God's purpose is the key to fulfillment. If you find purpose, a lot of fulfillment will be achieved. Your child will find fulfillment and they will thank you for it. The other thing I want to mention is this one, 7 purpose. Okay, I think we've done that. And a bit of my background, I've been talking to you guys about my background already, how I started. And this parenting class now is something that we are supposed to have been taught. One day I started, I said, I went to primary school, secondary school, university. Nobody taught me parenting. And they know that I'm going to parenting after all of this, my degree. I've got masters, I've got BSc, I've got 2 masters. And I'm like, somebody should have taught me parenting, because when I start having children since 28, now I'm still in parenting. I'm still going to parenting forever. And nobody even taught me. Please, anytime you hear about parenting classes, go and attend it. They're supposed to have been teaching us parenting. By now, I'm so sure you two have realized what I'm talking about. And then, of course, a bit of my story, I think I will just leave that. And just a bit of a story about Moses and Pharaoh's story. Moses was a child that was born with a purpose. Around that time, they were killing children. But the mother was intentional. This woman was so intentional that she refused to allow that child to be killed. Kept the child for 3 months. After 3 months, she couldn't keep the child to herself. She brought the child out, put the child on the river, and as the child was going, Moses' basket was going with the child. The princess came out at that time, and the princess said, "Please go and get me somebody that can help me to nurse the child." As we were saying that, the senior sister of the boy heard it and quickly ran to go and call the mom to come and be the nurse. And do you know what? Look, this is what the princess said to her: "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." You can imagine. They were not even paying her to take care of the child that is her own. To let you know that God can guide you. God can show you the way. And I want you to know that if you can parent that child in your hand very well, God will pay you back. I always tell my sons, I said to them, I know that my colleagues, they have gone ahead of me. Some of them are doing this, they are doing that, they are doing all of that. I said, do you know, I don't really care. I said, do you know why? Because if I can parent the 2 of you well and project you very well, and you can go far, I said, I know that you guys will come back and pay me back. You will buy me great things. You take me to big places. I know. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's the way you should be thinking. Even if they don't pay you back, God will pay you back. That's what I'm saying to you. Now, let's talk a bit about, I've got images of breastfeeding, and this is where it all starts from. Even animals are breastfeeding. It starts from there. In our group, babies and moms group, those of us are breastfeeding. Good. It's a good thing because it connects you to your child. Look at those pictures. All the animals there, they sat down, they are not running around, they didn't go and carry phone, they don't go and carry iPad in front of them. They were concentrating on, look at, especially that gorilla, looking down on the child. They will stay, animals will stay, they will stay there and allow the children to breastfeed. And that's how we are supposed, and we are mamas too. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Because breastfeeding help. That's where the journey of parenting starts from. Now, breastfeeding and bonding as a way it connects. Now, I want to ask you, which of these mothers or these mothers here, including that pig mother, which of these mother will likely not be bonding with her child even though she's breastfeeding? Can somebody unmute and tell me? Which of the parents?
The fourth picture.
Why? Why did you say that, ma?
Because the baby is on the breast, but she's on the phone with
Yeah.
something or doing something else.
And but while as the other picture, look at this other woman at the very top here, that woman beside the pig one. She's even, the baby holding her, she's looking at the baby on the face, and that's how it's supposed to be. Not that you be busy with phone, busy with it. It's a time for you to connect with your child. Speak to them because they are looking at you in the face. They want to hear you. They want to feel you. You concentrate at that moment, please. Not that you be playing Ludo, you be doing all sorts, and you are so distracted. Your child is trying to look at you in the face, but your eyes is on the phone. Your eyes is on. Oh no. You won't bond like that. We've got two top secrets here. Do you know that the first 5 years of a child's life, the first 5 years that a child is spent mostly with the mother, most of the time, and that's the period that mother has every opportunity to educate your child. The first 5 years of a child's life is spent mostly with the mother. What are you doing with that first 5 years? That's the challenge I'm challenging you. What will you do within the first 5 years of your child? What will you educate your child with? And this period is well known, is well understood by the Muslim, that from back, immediately they have their children, they will whisper, especially when they are breastfeeding the baby, they will be whispering in the baby's ears. They will say, Allah is a God, is God. Muhammad is the great prophet. You too, you can carry that baby while you're not and tell them Jesus is Lord. You will go up in a child of God. Nobody say, oh, will they understand? Yes, they will understand you. Your babies will understand. No, but they don't hear. Who told you that they don't hear? In fact, they know your voice. That's why when you talk, they turn their head. They turn you. They are turning. They know you because they've been in your womb for 9 months. They know your voice very well. They know the voice of your husband very well, and of their siblings too, if they have any. I want to challenge you. I want you to start speaking to the ears of your child. Carry your child like this and say, child, Jesus is Lord. You will grow up as a child of God. You will not deviate from the word of God. You will go you will fulfill purpose on earth. The plan of God will fly in expression. You will not be found in the prison. You will not be sick. You will not give me trouble. Start speaking to your child. Speak to their ears. I did that when I saw this thing. I went to one house. I told him my side also is same parent, seeing new mom, seeing new dad. And as I went to that house, that baby was just a newly born. I did a mugo finish, and I told the dad that this is what I want to do. Do you know I carried the baby and I said, Jesus is Lord. You'll be great. Immediately I started talking. Do you know that child turned his eyes and started looking at me? The way that child looked at me, I said, Dad, can you see? Can you see the difference? I want you to start doing that. If Muslims can do that, how much less you that have the word of life? Even the communists in Russia at that time, they believe that if you give us a child, we can take the country. That child in your hand, I hope you know that somebody, Donald Trump, that is shaking the world now. It was one, he has a mother. I hope you know, Hitler that killed so many people, there was a mother that raised that child. I hope you know. Barack Obama, he had a mom too. Which kind of children will you produce to the world? The Roman Catholic Church also believe, give me the children until they are age 7, and anyone may have them afterward. Go and try. Most Catholic people, they are so difficult to get converted because they have been raised in such a way that they cannot deviate from their religion, except God wants to change them. Don't say, oh, my child, they will be born again. They'll be very fervent when they grow up. Hey, it starts from now. It starts from now. It doesn't jump on people. There's an adage in Yoruba. He said, that means from a child, is from a child that a Muslim has been raising a child to grow up to become a strong Muslim. It's from when they are small. Have you noticed Muslims, when their child is one, boys, 1, 2, they would have started doing 5 times prayer with their mom and dad. They'll be bowing down, praying. They may be playing, but they will be doing it. They will make sure they drag them, wash their hand, do everything, and they start doing it. But ours, Christians, we are so laid back. Have you bought a Bible for that child of yours? Since my child has been 1 year old, I went to Amazon and I bought the Bible. I bought the Bible, £10 or £12. You get a Bible for your child, a hardcover one, a hardcover. Till tomorrow, I still have that Bible in my house. I bought it and he will carry it. When I carry my own, he will carry his own, like a purse, like that. It's a yellow bone. I still have it in the house. Huh? Have you bought a Bible for your child so that they can open it? Let them, even if they are not, let them be seeing the picture. Let them open it back and forth, scatter it, tear it, gum it again, and put it back. This is what God says to us. I'm challenging you, mothers. This is God's word, Deuteronomy 6:4-9. Hear, all house of winners, all house of God, all Israel. The Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. This commandment that I give you today are to be in your heart. Impress them on your children. This is what you should do. You should impress the word of God on your children. Talk about it to them when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, when you get up. Tie them a symbol on their hand, bind them on their forehead, write them on your door frame, on your houses, on your gate. That means don't let the word depart out of your eyes. Make sure your children are always seeing it. That's what God is saying. Now, 3 principles of parenting quickly. Modeling. Lead by example. Children learn from observing their parents' behavior. So it is critical to model positive values and habits. Consistency. Consistently demonstrate positive behavior. If you're a lying mom, a lying dad, forget it. Your child will copy it. If you say, oh, don't lie, and you are lying, or you say somebody's knocking at your door, go and tell them that I'm not at home. You are teaching that child to lie. And they say, yeah, mom, you are at home, but you said I should go and tell you. If you don't know, you are teaching your child how to lie already. And that's one of the behaviors they don't like in the UK. When the child starts lying, nobody likes it in school. Relationship is important. Now, okay, this modeling, I want to ask you, where you are, I want us to touch our chin, our jaw. Let's touch our jaw. Everybody touch your jaw. Am I touching my jaw? How many of you have actually, because of me, you are touching your forehead? Because, do you know the reason why you are touching your forehead and you are confused when I said you should touch your jaw? This is your jaw. But I'm touching my forehead. Do you know the reason? Is because I'm modeling a wrong thing to you. And you're like, but Dickness, don't you know what a jaw is? It's supposed to be like this. But that's what some of us do. We are telling our children, touch your jaw, but you are touching your forehead. And because your child sees you doing that, they are like, no, she's touching her head. Let me touch my head too. So if you are lying, if you are cheating, you are not doing the right thing, you are abusing other people, you are gossiping, you are doing all manner of bad things as a mother, as a dad, that's what your child will do as well. You are modeling wrong things. Relationship, attachment is very important. Be an intentional mom. It's important that we do this. Be intentional, have relationship, build trust. A strong and loving relation with your child foster trust, security, and open communication. I always ask my second son whether he does something and I caught him with it. And he said, oh, mom, but I'm saying the truth. I'll say to him, son, I believe you. Mom, I really meant, I said, yes, I believe you. I'm a believer. That's what I tell him. I said, I'm a believer and I believe you. Even if you are lying, God knows your heart. I will say that to him. But because I'm a believer, whatever you say to me, I believe. Now my son knows that, oh, I have to be careful because my mom always says she believes me. That's what you should do. Be intentional. Let your child know that you trust them. You have it. So he doesn't see any reason why you should hide anything from me. Emotional support, be there to them, be there for them, and be intentional. Be a purposeful parent. Intentional parenting makes conscious decision about their parenting approach. Set goals, set clear goals and boundaries. And be mindful as well. They are present, and they are mindful of interaction with your child. That will help you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to them. Oh, hey, my child is just 2 months old. I don't know how to play with him. Who told you? That child needs no. You bring your child to me, and I'll show you how to play with that 1 years old child. 1 year old. I can play successfully with a 1-year-old child. A 1-year-old. You'll be shocked. Somebody went somewhere. I think the mother died when they had their baby. So this woman went to the place in Scotland to help them nurse that baby for two weeks. The woman told me, she said, when they give her the baby, she will hold the baby like this, the bottle milk. She will hold it as if she's giving the baby breast. He said she did that for 2 weeks. The baby will be looking at her. She'll be looking at the baby, be talking to her, talking to the baby, everything. He said after 2 weeks, she has to come back to Leeds. He said when she left, he said the father was calling and saying that, ma, it's as if this baby can talk. It was as if he was asking for, where is that woman that took care of me for 2 weeks? It's possible. Be intentional. Be purposeful. Be mindful of what you are doing. Don't just carry that baby and put it, and then you are chatting with all your friends that doesn't have anything to do with you anymore. You better leave them and focus on this one. This is your goal. This is the one that God has put in your face now. And what are the benefits of these 3 principles of parenting? You help you to project a positive role modeling. Children are more likely to adopt a positive behavior and values. They will go have stronger relationship with people, with you, and that will foster security and well-being. They will not go and be hugging strangers that says, well, I love you, when father and mother have never said I love you to them. And when one stranger, when a pedophile, somebody that sleep with children, now see them and say, I love you on internet, they quickly rush in because you have not shown them love. Have effective discipline. Be effective in your discipline. Intentional parenting helps children understand boundaries and consequences. I tell my son, if you misbehave, this is a consequence. I tell him. A good example now, he has broken his glasses about 2 or 3 times now. I told him, my second son, I said, this time around, you're going to pay for it. I'm not paying for it. Thank God you have money in your account. You're going to pay for it. That's the consequences. Let them feel that consequences. When they now buy, I'm so sure by the time he buy it with his own money, he will be very careful with it because he has been coming from me. That's why, or from the dad. That's why he's careless with it. Those are consequences. Let them know if you do this, this is the consequences. Keep boundaries. By coordinating these principles into your parenting approach, you will create a nurturing environment that supports your child's physical, emotional, and social development. Is that okay, everybody? Now, I just want to put this out there. The Garden of Eden, even at the beginning of human being, is created to be a place where education is instituted. Family is an educational agency on the earth, and it has been designed by God by himself. And that's why you see in the Jewish family, their home is the center of education. Children are great joy and reward if you can do what God wants us to do. And that has been mirrored in the Garden of Eden to us. Now, the biblical principle that I just want to drop there, for the Hebrews, the goal of education was to prepare man to know God and to live peacefully among men. That's the purpose. Every father in the Hebrew world, if in Israel, every father is expected to teach his son a trade. A Jewish proverb says, whoever does not teach his son a trade makes him a thief. And I'm not surprised. That's why if you go to any part of the world, even including Leeds, if you go to a Motown, you see they are the most richest of all. Because over the years, their parents, generation to generation, have taught them to be entrepreneurs. They are not refracts. In America, they are the richest. In UK, yeah, they are the richest. Go and check it out. Because their father and mother are taking responsibility to do that job. My question is, are you taking responsibility to do your own for your own child? I'll just move on this one. Don't worry. Let me talk about the third culture kids. Because we have moved to the UK, we just moved. Most of us just moved. That's what we call third culture kids. Because you have moved. Most of us have moved from Africa, and you are now in another culture. Especially some of the children you brought in, some of them, they will have this attitude. Third culture kids are individuals who spend their formative years in culture other than their parent passport culture and the culture of their of their passport culture country. If you brought your child from Africa or you even had your child here, sometimes they tend to because in the house it tends to be like your culture. You all the things you do, you behave as if you are in your country. But when they go to school, it's different. So they are beginning to wonder what's the difference. And there are different factors at play. Some of these children, they will be observant. They know that, oh, the way mommy does in the house is not the way the Igbo people do outside. Okay, social monkey. Social, they are observant. They are learning from the new environment. Just make sure they are picking the right they are picking the right decision. Just make sure that they are picking the right things when they are observing the environment. As good as this Britain is, I hope you know there are so many other things that they can pick up that you not like for your life. Some people have brought their children to UK and children have turned from boys to girls, girls to boys. Will you want that for yourself? So when they are socializing, know what you are doing. They are not. Some children are taking drugs just because of what they see around. But there are so many other good things that they can pick up that are also good. But that's where you as a parent, you have to watch out. They are picking the culture of that environment. Cultural blending. DCK, these third culture kids, they often blend elements from multiple cultures, creating a unique cultural identity. That's why when your child start going to school, to primary school, you notice that the way they will start behaving, some children, they start behaving somehow because they have Asian friends, British friends. They are picking the way people talk. They are picking the way they eat. Like my children now, they know all sorts of different type of dishes because they have friends from different part of the world that they all dine together. They are in school together. They are friends together. And donkey, they are quite careful, they are observant. Some children are like that. Even adult, you behave like that too. You are cautious because you just came into the country. You're observing. Oh, you don't talk like this. You don't say everything at work. Else they will come and use it against you. Or this thing, or things like that. You are alert. You are defensive. You have defensive reaction. Chameleon. And there are some people. They just come. They just blend. They blend. That's why you see some people, they were Christians before in Nigeria, in Africa. By the time they get to our UK, they are no longer Christians. They don't come to church. They don't even know who Jesus is anymore. If you ask them what is happening, how come you are not a Christian again? When I was in Nigeria, there's no food, there's no clothes, there's no transport. I was praying, and now God, this is my answer prayer. So because of that, I don't need God again. Is that the reason why you serve God? Are you serving God because of what you get from me, or you are serving God because you love Him? And that's why it bothers me about the kind of Christianity we practice in Africa. Our Nigerian culture have coming into our Christianity. We are after God because of what He can give us, not because we love Him. I want to challenge you. Why do you love God? Are you loving God because you want Him to bring you to UK? Now you are not come to UK now. You have forgotten that you still need God to take you through UK. Mobility, because you are always moving. Some children, they move from Glasgow. Oh, they now move from Glasgow. They are in the next tomorrow. They are in London. From London, you now say, oh, we are going to certain places. No, sorry, just a moment, please. It's saying my battery is low. I'm wondering, okay, whether I didn't have the battery on. Oh, it's just a moment, everybody. Just a moment. Please, everybody, just a moment. Let me get. I think I'm using the wrong battery. Please, just a moment, please, everyone. Just give me a moment. Let me get the battery. This. Right. My apologies there, everyone. I'm almost rounding up now. So these are things we are talking about. Can you all hear me? Can somebody just on me to let me know that you can
Yes,
see?
ma, we are with you, ma.
Oh, So my apologies, please. And that's what we are saying. So these things do impact you. You know, students often move within country, even within England. For today, you are in Glasgow. You got a job. You now move. Do all these things impact on your children? It impacts on you. And as they are doing that, they are moving between cultures. I hope you know that the way they speak in Newcastle is not the way they speak in Yorkshire and Humber here. All of these things impact. They are cultural things, they are cultural shock that impact on our children. Diverse experiences. They attend different schools. They interact with people from different backgrounds. They develop adaptability skills. The only that the problem with this third culture kit that we have in our hand is that they sometimes have identity formation problem. They struggle to identify their cultural identity, feeling caught between multiple culture. Like my sons now, they said to me, because they've never been to Nigeria up to now. They said to me, Mom, oh, your country. That's the way they talk to me. Because they don't know, they've never been. They believe they are British, they are born here, they have their British passport. As far as they are concerned, they are British. But is that the truth? That's not. Because remember, they are white, they have the skin. They have the skin. Of course, if you peel the skin off, they think like the British. But the challenge is this. The British know that they are not British. And that's why we need to balance things up. Identity formation. And that's why I still want to make sure that I want to take them to their root, to let them get back to their root, to come and see their root. If not because of one thing or the other that is hindering me from doing that, which I'm going to do eventually. So that they know their root, come back to Nigeria, see where you come from. And that way they can marry the two together. Cultural adjustment. They will experience cultural shock. Of course, I know that if I take my children to Nigeria, they'll be shocked. Some things will shock them. I know. And me too, I'm prepared for that. Because they're moving between the cultures. Sense of belonging. They feel that they don't belong they don't fully belong in any one culture. Like my children, I say, look, you are born here, you're a British. Take your identity here. Of course, I know your background is Nigeria, is Africa, but I can bet you, if you go to Nigeria now, if you open your mouth, immediately you open your mouth and they hear your accent, they will know that you're not part of them, as it were, in quotes. You're like, where are you from? That's why that you are black. That's why you have your name. You carry everything. So we have to balance all of these things. They are part of that place, but at the same time, you let them know that you are also part of here. This is where you are living, so that they don't feel left out. All of these things is the work that me and you as a parent needs to do. Cultural competency often develop strong cultural skills. Let them to know. I teach them how to eat my food. I teach them our songs. They go, they come to church. They see my other brethren and all. Those things. Let them know. And then I also take them to other churches where they are just white people there to let them know that it's not only black people that are serving God. Other white people are serving God too. Balance it up. That's what we are saying. Because our children, they are global citizens, whether you like it or not. And they always have a broader wide view of things as well. So it's all about supporting community connection, connect them with other children of this culture, expatriate and all of that. Now, one thing I discovered recently is this. I say to children that have been born here, who are raised there, who perhaps are raised there, I say to them, it's better you marry somebody like you here. Don't go and look for somebody and say, oh, I want to go and marry somebody from Africa. Do you know the reason why I said that to them? Because they don't understand that person. That person will not understand you too. Oh, mama, they can understand each other. I know why I'm saying that. I've seen a lot of marriages that are scattered. I'm a marriage counselor. One Japa brother comes and say, you want to marry one sister here who have been here since 13 years of age. The way they do things is totally different from the way Japa brother is thinking. And before you say Jack Robinson, she doesn't respect me. She doesn't do this. And she doesn't serve me. She doesn't put water to wash my hand. In this UK, where did you get that time? Oh, but help me, that sister, please. So these things are what we are talking about. Are we saying you should not do that? Do that for your husband. But at the same time, I hope you know If you are in this UK, the shit that you are picking, will you allow you to do as way you are doing in Nigeria? Some of us, when we're in Nigeria, we don't even have to work because our husband is the one doing the work and we are okay. But in the UK, husband will be working, wife will be working. Still, the money, if you are not careful, the money will not add up because of bills. So the ability to blend into these things. Huh? But if you marry somebody that you are already raised here, they know that, oh, if I just cook the food, you can warm your food yourself. You don't need to sit down like a king of the bee and they will now be serving you. They understand that already. They know how to manage their finances here already. But in Nigeria, your wife will sit down. Husband, you must buy me everything. You must do this thing. It doesn't work like that here. Things have changed because we're in another culture. God will help me and you in Jesus' name. If you need me for some of these things I've said, you don't agree with them, see me at the background so that we talk about it. Is that okay? Now, cultural shock. There are stages of cultural shock that we experience because we have moved. We experience cultural shock in various ways. Like going to, it's just like as if, like we move from Nigeria, some of us move from Togo, some of us move from Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya. We came all the way down here. Some of us from Asia, from wherever you are coming from, Australia, wherever you are coming from, you will always have a cultural shock. The first one is the honeymoon stage. You are excited about it. You are fascinated. Hey, like 24 hours. Thank God, oh, God have delivered us from NEPA. But you have forgotten that you are going to pay bills. You can't sit down. You have to pay bills for the light to be 24 hours. Excitement and fascination with the new culture. Oh, the new culture, you see husband and wife, they hold hands in UK. It's a good thing. But they have to put work into it. You see that they are always happy holding hands? No, they were just intentional. It's their culture. In Nigeria, for your husband to even hold your hands outside, they're like, when did that one start? Me and you, in cultural shock. But in the UK, things are different. There's some culture in the UK that you should take, and there's some that you shouldn't. Things like that, you can take it up. Why not if not? Huh? There are good things. If there are good things, take it up. But if it is a bad thing, don't take that. It's part of the cultural shock. There's something will shock you. Like I told some of you when we were in the picnic, the things that shocked me when I first came. A good example, I came in and then they gave me a menu of food. They put a jacket potato. I'm like, what is jacket potato? And I've just finished masters at that time in Nigeria before I came. But I was shocked. I was like, I couldn't understand the menu. It was English that they used to write it, but I was still shocked. And what is all this about? It was only sandwich I could pick. And I just delivered a baby. 2 weeks after I came into the country, that was when I started crying. That who asked me to come to UK in the first place? Cultural shock, honeymoon stage. It could be exciting, and it could be like, what is it? Then the second is the frustration stage. Differences and challenges become apparent, leading to feelings of frustration and anxiety. And that was what happened to me. I became, just within 2 weeks, I was like, nobody to even help me with my baby. Nobody to do. I'm like, goodness me. Who asked me? That was when frustration started. Adjustment. But gradually adjusting to the new culture, developing coping strategy. My husband went and called some Nigerian aunties that he has helped here. And they were the one that was not doing Omugo for me. The one who will come he will come early hours of the morning for my night job. She would tell me quickly, make sure before I come to your house, make sure you get everything ready. She was the one that helped me because I've never bathed a baby. She would now call myself and my husband. She was teaching us how to do it for 5 days. The 5th day, she said we want to do graduation for us. The two of you, show us how to do the bathing the baby. That was how we started bathing our baby as well. The second child, the same thing. And that was why I was doing what I'm doing, helping other mothers too. It was from there I got that inspiration. Gradually adapting to the new culture. Then the fourth one is the acceptance, feeling more comfortable and confident in the new culture. That's the stage I am now. I'm not confident in myself. And the key message for this cultural shock is this. It's a normal experience when you adapt to a new culture. Understanding the stages can help you prepare and navigate the challenges. Just be patient. You'll be open-minded to learn. All those food that they gave me those days in LGI that I was like, what is all this? When I had my first son and they said I should pick and I don't know which one, I was so shocked about it. Do you know that all those, if they give me that menu now, I can cook all of them now. I can cook all of them and eat all of them now. But 19 years ago, I couldn't. 20 years ago, it was a shock to me. I was like, what is all this? What is all this one that they wrote on the menu that I don't understand? So potato, I've got a jacket. Hey, God of heaven. God should help us. I was like, understand this. Just be open-minded, be supportive to facilitate a smoother transition. Everything will fall in line as it goes on. 10 years ILR. They've extended it. How are we going to do? My dear, just keep praying. You are not the one they are looking for. Do you know the number of goalposts that the government changed? They were changing for us too. I got my British passport 10 years after I stayed in the country. In fact, my sons that were born here, do you know that they got passport before me? They got British passport before me. I gave back to them here. And me that gave back to them, I was the last person that got the British passport. At the end of the day, it came true for me. It will come true for you. Please don't be bothered about government said it. They were saying all sorts of things in our own time too. Because I came as a student dependent. My husband was the student. It took us 10 years because all of us got our British passports, including the children that we gave back to. We were paying for them. It's as if we are working and you are paying them. And that's why I call myself the Alabis of Leeds, because it's as if I paid to stay in the country. That's what we are talking about. The wages and benefit of parenting. God says, I will pay you. God will pay you back. Please pay attention to parenting. It has a lot of advantage. Even if that your child will not build you a house, if that child will not give you 5 kobo, do you know that God will pay you back eternity? Parenting is a job that God gives to you. Are you ready to be paid? Are you doing it so well that God can pay you? He will not only pay you with what money can buy, he will pay you with what money cannot buy too. Life instead of death. Education, it helps you to be educated. Administration, leadership, you heritage, you reward blessings that follows the benefit of parenting. Look at Moses. These were the things that happened in the life of the parenting of Moses. The mother was paid money. Instead of being killed with other children, he survived it. He was educated, in the Potiphar's house. He was now an administrator, a leader. At some point, he was leading almost 3 million Israelites out of the country, just because a child was not killed. Please, I beg you, you can do the same. And longevity, enormous. These are the benefits of doing your job as a parent. Will you do it? In conclusion, a boy grows to a man, perhaps a prime minister, president, or an Adolf Hitler, a Saddam Hussein, or Billy Graham. In this new decade, who a boy becomes or a girl becomes depends much on those responsible for their spiritual training now and forever. How your child will turn out, whether he will love or she will love God or not, depends on you. That's what I'm saying to you. The world is battling for your children with many anti-God approaches. Like they have a lot of men. Whether you like it or not, the devil is after your child. In fact, there was one video I saw that happened, I think in Blackpool or so. All the LGBT people, they came out and they were chanting a song against it was the Muslim people that in that area. They said that they should not be teaching their children LGBTQ curriculum, and they were in altercation against each other. The LGBTQ community were saying, we are coming for your children, we are coming for your children, and those ones are saying, we will never come for our children. Can you see? Whether you like it or not, the battle has been done against your child. It's not left for you to take care. The battle against drugs on your street there. Children are now being used as moles to be moving drugs from one street to another. Would that be your child? I met a woman recently in a hardy shop. She was saying, I knew her many years ago. I said, oh, how about your son? The boy is just 12. She said, he's not taking marijuana. I said, how come? But I wasn't too surprised too, because I knew when that boy was running around, when she was going for shit. She's a single mother. She was doing shit back to back. And I saw when the boy was going around on bikes, when he come back from school, God's going up and down, nobody caring about him. By the time I saw the mother this year and she was telling me just a few months ago, I wasn't surprised. To the point that social services, all manner of things is going on that she was telling me. Please, don't look for money at the detriment of your child. You won't like it. That's what I'm saying to you. Alcohol, violence, aggression, cyberbullying happens. Humanism, you see some people, I'm an humanist, I'm an atheist, all sort of things that you see in UK. In England, they teach your children 58 religion, whether you like it or not. And it's only one religion you know. You better be careful and teach your child to be grounded in the word of God. That's why you see some children, after they leave you, they tell you, I don't do God anymore, I'm an atheist. You better be careful. false teaching, filled everywhere, filled their school. Their teachers will be telling them, we don't do God here, we are an atheist. They'll be teaching your child to contradict what you believe. And you are there. We ask you to do morning devotion with your child. You say, I don't have time to pray with your child. You don't have time. Okay, bring your child to Sunday school. You don't have time. Bring your child to junior Bible school in August. You don't have time. What will you have time for? Your child is in the house watching pornography. You have gone to work since. You didn't know that that's what your child had been doing. The battle has been done over our children. It's only God that can help us to win that battle. And it starts from us. If you don't reach the children for Jesus, the world will reach them for Satan. Is that okay, everybody? Please don't let that be your child. Reflection. I want you to reflect on this truth. God have given you diamond. What if God had put in your hand? That child is like a diamond. And it tells you to write. God is asking you to write in the heart of your child. My question is this: what are you going to write in the heart of your child? What are you going to write? If you are to write, this is an example. And this is an exercise. What are you going to write in the heart of your child? If I see your child in the next 20 years, by the time your child is 20, how will your child have turned out? That's my question. That's what God is saying. And that writing belongs to you. It's all about you. The last thing I just want to say there, we have safeguarding training session tomorrow in CrossGate. Please, this thing is important, especially for us in our community. Almost over 5 or 6 parents within last 3 months have called me. They've been having social services issues, and it has to do with young children. If you don't want to enter into trouble in this UK, come and learn. Come and know what to say and know what to say to your child, so that your child will not go and be saying something there in school. And that your job that you are running after, you will not discover that you cannot even go to work again. Please, I beg you. And most of us are doing care work. And when they start having issues with social services, with all of those, they will remove your job. Please make sure you attend this program tomorrow. I'll be there. I'll be talking as well with these individuals tomorrow. Please, if you need more details, make sure you get it from me. I'll put it in the chat again.